try to stop me now.
Hi, welcome back to the Team Turner YouTube channel. I'm Jason Turner. Today we're going to be looking at what I do to winterize my vehicle that I drive in the winter. It's a 2003 100 Series Land Cruiser, or Lexus LX 470. I bought this vehicle down in the south in North Carolina. It's lived in its south its whole life. And driving it through Indiana winters, I really just want to keep it as nice as possible for as long as I can. This is kind of a system I've come up with over the last 10-15 years of working on cars that it really does a good job of preserving and protecting a car that's already rust-free. If it was something that was already rusty, might be a little bit different story, but this thing is as clean as it can be underneath, and I just want to keep it that way. So I do this procedure every fall, and usually late October, early November, and it lasts through winter and into spring. Here's where the truck is right now. So all 5 wheels are off on the ground. Truck is up on jack stands. You can tell it's pretty clean already. Hasn't been washed all summer. And it's held up pretty well. I do need to put some front end parts on it here soon, some ball joints and whatnot, but it's holding up all right, even underneath. Everything's pretty clean. Also removed the skid plates. There's a plastic tray there and a metal skid plate there. Those will get cleaned and coated also. And then what I'm going to do is I will buy some wheel cleaner. I use Meguiar's all-purpose wheel cleaner, the purple, all-wheel and tire, I think they call it. And I will put that in a sprayer that I used to use for, it's actually for house washing, like moss and mold sprayer. You put it on your hose and you can turn a knob and it will release like a soap or a bleach into the stream, and it'll foam, make the soap foam and cover the whole side of the house. I've cleaned that out after using it up for that purpose, and now I'm repurposing it to do the bottom of the vehicle. So what I do is I'll fill it with the wheel cleaner, hook it up to my hose, and once the vehicle's jacked up as high as I can get it, I will spray the bottom of the vehicle off. Also will clean the wheels, tires, once they're off the vehicle, and I'm going to clean the top and the bottom of all the skid plates, anything I take off. See how much cleaner it is underneath here now. All the sand and everything is gone. Still drip drying a little bit. Still got some residue from the last coat of fluid film on it, but overall it's a lot cleaner, a lot better place to start. So once that's done, I will let the vehicle dry. I'll rinse it off real good, then let it dry. And then I use a fluid film, which is a oil-based, I think it's lanolin-based oil, don't quote me on that. But it's an oil-based film that you spray on the bottom of the car, and it stays through the entire winter just about. I mean, it blocks moisture, it keeps the metal damp with the oil, basically prevents water, salt, anything from attacking that metal. Alright, so what I've done is I just opened the lid on a gallon of the fluid film, standard stuff, and I topped it off with some WD-40 out of the gallon, and I just stir it up for about 10 minutes. It makes this nasty, icky goo, but at least it's more pourable than it was when you first open the fluid film up. When you first open this jar, it's like snot. It's like caramel snot, and it's really hard to pour it into the cup for the spray gun. So yeah, you put a little WD-40 in it, thins it right out, and makes it easier to pour. I used to use it straight in a like an old undercoat spray gun, and it worked, but it was a gigantic pain to deal with. So what I've started doing now is I'll use it like 3/4 fluid film out of a gallon, and then I'll do about 1/4 of WD-40 in a gallon, the liquid WD-40, and I'll mix that up good, and it thins it out just enough where it can pour into a funnel without getting stuck, clogging up the funnel. It'll go through the spray gun a little bit easier. It covers a little nicer. So once I do all that, I'll get everything soaked with this oil concoction. Really, really good. I probably use half a gallon of fluid film every year. on this truck. And then once that's done, I can put the heat shields and or the rock shields and under trays and skid plates and everything back on. Clean the wheels up real good. I clean off the hubs, because you don't want any of that oil on the hubs or the lug nuts. You don't want your wheels coming off. So I'll clean everything back up where that mounts, put the wheels back on, put the spare tire back up, and call it a day. I'll let it run for a little bit just to kind of burn off the oil from the exhaust. It will smoke a little bit and make a little bit of a mess, but that's what I do. That's the overall, the basic winter prevention anyway. I do grab a couple aerosol cans of fluid film, and I can stick those up in little crevices and holes in, like, say, the rocker panels and inside of the fender wells and stuff, and do kind of more of the internal structure of the body. And I'll do that as the last step, really, and just kind of make sure my door hinges and everything are coated real nice, and just so that it's nice and solid and sealed up from the weather. So I've had this for 3 or 4 years now, driving it in the winter all the time. I do keep it clean. I clean it off in the spring and do a good job of keeping it washed off. But the frame and the bottom looks better than any 100 series I've ever seen, and it still looks just as good as the day I bought it. So maybe this will help somebody out. Maybe this will be a good process for you kind of anal retentive car guys that have to drive your stuff in the winter. This will be something that helps you out and might be useful.